Hey, it's Doom here from Dungeons and Doom Biscuit, and we're back with the Monster Manual from 3.5, and today we're going to work on this Behir. So the Behir apparently are some kind of serpentine monster with legs that can climb really fast, move really fast, and hunts dragons. They were made by some kind of magic giants in order to fight 100 years war of some sort. I don't know anything about that really. They have a constrict, electric breath weapon, improved grab, rake, swallow hole. They got a bunch of stuff here, but the artwork looks a little bit dumb, and I don't know if we're going to follow that exactly. So I was thinking, instead of doing this like on a flat base, what I did was I cut out this from like a game board panel, and I have this little stone here this is just made out of toilet paper and Mod Podge and glue. So what I was thinking of doing is mounting that on here and having something maybe kind of like climbing up and around and having all the legs, because they have 3 toes, and I wasn't trying to do the 3 toes, so I thought maybe we could try to do hot glue to make the toes, but I'm not really sure just yet. So these snakes I grabbed are probably not big enough around for something like this, so maybe the way to go is to get some foil. And I have a couple potential heads and other pieces here. So let's assume it says this thing is 40 foot long, which is about 8 inches. Let me check the length again. But here, 40 foot long, yeah. So let's try to get him or her. Something like that, maybe. And then we need some like armor plates along the back according to that artwork. So let's get that on there first. And then something like that, maybe. Then I was thinking that would be a good head. Let's snip that off and see how that goes. Something like that. And I'd like to kind of get some of this texture smoothed down some. So I'm just going to use glue. If we weren't in a hurry, there'd be a lot easier ways to do this, like getting baby wipes or toilet paper or something and kind of modeling it around there a little bit, or some clay or whatever you have. I don't even think I have any clay. I had some air dry clay, but or some kind of like puff clay stuff, but it apparently from not using it went bad because I didn't seal it properly. Or possibly a younger Doom in my family was playing with it. is one of the possible solutions that we heard yesterday in our conversation about, I can't believe that dried up. And a smaller dude said, oh, I think I've used that stuff before. And I was like downstairs in my shop, and they were like, yeah. And I was like, but you can't really get mad at your kids for being creative and playing with stuff, can you? All right, so we know that we need some plates. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to get some scissors. It might be too wide for some of this. Yeah, let's get something a little more narrow for this first part. So we know the back of his tail is going to be a little exposed, so let's smooth that out some if we can. So that the part that's exposed doesn't look as much like tinfoil. Because here's the thing, man, we're making all these monsters and we only have so many resources at our disposal unless we're going to start sculpting with clay and stuff. So let's try to not make them all look like they're made out of the same crap, you know what I mean? That's what I'm going for. So I'm just making these little plates to go around, if my hands will work. And you might have to hold these a second to get them kind of in place, you know. And I think that we're not getting good bonding, so I'm going to get some of this glue smeared around on here and try to get something that'll stick to a little better. Because tinfoil and hot glue are actually not best friends, believe it or not. Ooh. All right, let me think here for a minute. All I'm doing is cutting little, like, slightly curved plates. It says these dudes fight dragons. So I'm going to think about this for a minute. It has a 20-foot electricity breath weapon, which blue dragons would be immune to. And it's only about 40 foot long, so I don't know which dragons it's fighting. Maybe its purpose is to destroy baby dragons before they can get, I don't know, like situated in life. Because to think that you're going to send something like this after a full-grown dragon doesn't even make sense. I think these things are maybe like a, I don't even know what their CR is, 8 maybe, or 11? CR 8. Yeah. So this is like, according to 3.5, and I will say, CR is not a good system for measuring the power of a monster by any means. But as a CR 8, I don't see these as being a particularly effective dragon killer based off the fact that they can't fly. So if they wanted to kill a dragon, the dragon could just simply fly away, right? Or am I dumb? I don't know. Never mind. But even a small dragon, you know, maybe they could catch them in an ambush while they're sleeping and constrict them and kill them. But, you know, dragons used to be powerful in D&D, and now they've kind of made them a little more like big smogs. But I like them to be like fantastic magical dragons that can do spells, and, you know, I like my dragons to have something to bring to the table. I've actually, on many occasions, players in my campaigns have met dragons and not even known it because they were shape changed. So I like, because I believe that dragons can shape change pretty much like as they want to. There's a dragon called the Steel Dragon that doesn't even spend its life as a dragon. It spends most of its life living as a human, generally a craftsman or something among human society. They're not even into the whole, you know, they collect society as their horde. They collect. There's just so much lore about dragons, but the truth is, with any monster, the secret to success on a monster is to make it your own. All right, I need some like wider cardstock here. Cut something out a little wider in a second here. Let's finish off with these last two thin pieces, and then let's. Now these things have legs too, so we also have to kind of get that going, which is kind of a deal. It's like this whole big thing. Now these things have some kind of horns or antlers too. So we're going to have to figure something out with that. I don't know if I have like maybe like some kind of something I can rip something off of. Maybe a mammoth or something that I'm never going to use. I didn't even think to look about that. We could make some. I'm not sure how good they'd look, but we could try. Alright, that didn't sit right, so we're going to get a little bit of a bigger one here and try that again. Over top, we'll just go right over top of that, just with a bigger one. Oh, put it the wrong way, of course. Of course I do. Okay. Yeah. Now remember, you're going to make mistakes when you're crafting, dudes. Especially if you're me and you're like a dude in your basement. You will make mistakes. Especially, like, I don't plan very well. I mean, really, my initial thought was I'm just going to get a snake and do something with it. So, I mean, you can see I'm not the planner that some of you are. So mistakes are just kind of part of the trade for me. I'm just kind of an effortless build it guy. I didn't like that finger anyways. Now for our last couple plates, there's going to be some changes made. First of all, we need to do something around his head there. So I think what I'm going to do is kind of dry fit a headpiece first. Something that can go around the front there, kind of wrap onto his front part. All right. Now, I'm not real happy with the way that bottom part looks or how exposed that is. Just cleaning up any of that little glue that's sticking out and thinking about how I'm going to fix that bottom part there. Alright, so how could I fix that? I could use glue and smooth it out some, I guess. It's kind of hard to get to at this point, though. Alright, let's fix his neck to mouth problem first. So we're just going to drag that in there and get that around and try to make that go together the best we can so it doesn't look like a cut off seam. We got to get underneath his head here, kind of drag that around and do the same. Okay, then we got to get some of this loose crap here melted away. Alright, so we need horns and we need legs. I'm not real happy with that under part, but I think we're just going to have to accept the fact that not everything is perfect in the world. So for legs, they have 12 sets of legs. Is it 12 sets? 1, 2, 3, 6 sets of legs. 2, 3. And I imagine they're not very long. I'm just guesstimating the lengths of these, by the way. You could measure these if you wish. Oops. I don't know why I'm doing everything the hard way. I'll set these off to the side in case I need them for something else. And let's get these legs kind of going here. So I think for the inside ones, you know what? They have 3 toes too. That's another thing. And I'm not sure how we're going to simulate that. So for some of the legs that are coming out, since I have these out, let's use these dudes to get those legs going, okay? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to snip those off. And let's try to use these for maybe the front legs that are kind of off the ground. And we want to try to like use that like joint where the plate comes up to hold it so it's sturdy. I'm just getting hot glue. Nothing fancy here. I think that might look alright. Maybe we can use that for like the back leg too. And then we have to simulate less legs that way. I think that'd be a smart move on our part. Alright, that'll stick out past the base a little bit, and I don't think that'll hurt anything. Oh, we need to move that back to there, though. Okay. And then we kind of still need to sacrifice this guy's limbs. And that's okay. I could probably dig through my boxes and find some more of these little salamander dudes or whatever they're supposed to be. Newts, I don't know. But for now, we're just going to do this because I don't feel like digging. This guy's got way too many toes. Now, does this look like the Behir in the book? Nah. No, it doesn't. Is it going to be a Behir on my tabletop? Yeah. Yeah, it is. A Behir is one of those creatures I've never really felt the need to run. I like to do, like, weird... I don't know. I don't really like to use the books for my creatures. If I do, It's just because I feel like they're a staple and I have to. What I'll often do is modify the creatures in some way. And then I guess since we did that with that side, we kind of have to do that with this side too. Come back here with that guy. Oh, we were snip off the feet. Snip off these excess toes. That was a little wonky. Oh well. All right, so say technically he had what, 6 sets of legs, and we got 4 right there. As much as I didn't want to do this, let's go into one of my dino bins or something and try to find some extra legs. Maybe we'll find some horns while we're in here, huh? All right, so do we have any kind of guys with legs like that? In this bin, it does not appear to have any guys like that. One more of those dudes would provide all the limbs we need. Oh, look at your arms. You got what I need. You might be a sacrificial lamb. Oh, never mind. There we go. That's all we need for that. Horns, horns, horns. Any of these guys have horns? Nah, not good. Not stealing those because that guy's cool. And we're going to get the dinosaur entry eventually, I think. So we got to save some parts for that. Here's the problem. We have a long way to go as far as crafting. You know, we're only on like entry 15 or 16 of the monster manual, guys. We got... Yeah, there you go. You got horns we can use. Let's see if there's anybody else in here that might have some potential sacrificial horns. Yeah, it's not looking great. Man, these guys showed up right in the nick of time, didn't they, with their ugly little stubby arms? Come here, you. Give me your little arm. Nice. Thank you for your arm, sir. I appreciate your commitment to our cause. I heard him scream a little bit. That's all right. That's all right. He's not our friend. He's blue. We don't like blue people. That was horrible to say. We love blue people here at Dungeons and Doom Biscuit. Haven't actually met any, but we do love them. Man, how did that work out nicely, eh? Now we got all the arms we need. Oh. not how I set out to do it, but man, it looks all right, I think. There's something funky over here going on. I'm going to cut it off because I don't know what it is. I don't like it. Okay. I'm just going to take a little bit of that off. All right, now we got to go back and we kind of got to clean up these legs and make sure they're bonded well. And let's sort out his horns. So, I'm not sure how we can get that guy's horns off without a massive amount of drama, but I think we can get this guy's horns pretty easy. I don't really like those. Let's look at this guy. Oh, look at these horns. I had this guy right here. Sweet. This is like a little fairy dragon set dragon that, I mean, besides using one of these as like a statue or something, I didn't really really thought of what I could do with these. So, I did not leave much room for the horns. Maybe they'll come off the sides of his head over here. Yeah, that's what we'll do. They'll come off under his eyes on the sides. Because this isn't a real creature. So I can make it however the hell I want. You're probably thinking, oh, the Behir's a real creature. How dare you? Doom, you monster. That's our Behir so far. I think he's kind of what we wanted, just what the Behir doctor ordered. You gotta melt off some of them spider webs for sure. Okay. We're gonna pull that one back off because we got it right over his eye. We don't want it over his eye. We want it under his eye. Something like that. Alright, we got some more strings here I missed. Get those dealt with. I think that's the strings, dudes. Alright. I think he's okay, right? Something like that. I can't believe that's 8 inches. Doesn't even seem like it could be. But it is. So they do have a longer tail, I think, than that. So what we want to do is maybe take a little bit of that guy here and attach that like that maybe. And then we want, as that cools, we just kind of want to drag that all together to make up complete tail. Okay. Let that cool for a second. We'll hit it with the spiderweb removing tool. There we go. All right. I'm not going to need anything with a nub on it for this paint job. So let's get this here. This is just a remainder of yesterday's base. Let's get that on there. And prepare for our paint job, dudes. So I think we're going to need, he's going to need some glue work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get one of those pieces of toothpick that I had laying around. And I'm going to use that kind of as a guide. This is just gel super glue. It's going to add some sturdiness to them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to coat these like this and just kind of drag it around on that shell. And just get it kind of everywhere. And make sure you're going either up and down or back and forth. Pick one. Don't be all over the place with this, because it's going to leave a little bit of texture behind, okay? Try not to breathe hard into the camera because that's gross. See, Behir did it. Nasty. We don't want to do it. We're just sturdying these up, giving them some substance. I'm doing back and forth across them with mine. You can go up and down if you want. You can do it all swirly and dumb if you want, I guess. I'm really not sure how much texture that's really going to add. I'm just assuming it's going to add some. You might want to use ventilation. Like, you can't really see what I got going on here, but I have like a fan and stuff, so I have, you know, I can breathe. But when you're doing this kind of stuff, sometimes it gets a little stanky. What might look good on something like this is a little baking soda bath on top of this if it's not dry when you're done. You're working faster than me. You might be ready for something like that. Need a little more stupid glue. Sorry, I'm trying not to whistle. I got Kokomo stuck in my head by the Beach Boys. All I want to do is swim and drink adult sodas, adult beverages. Right now, it is summertime, and I've been working a good bit. And as much as I love my job, sometimes I do get wore out a little bit. And I just feel like I need a recharge. Okay, and you just want to get any of the big lumps you left behind. So there's nothing too big and substantial sticking up. Alright, let's get rid of that stick so I don't get stuck to me. Let's get soft super glue. Hold on, we got drama on his face right here where I got some spider web stuck to his face. Let's get a piece of cardstock and smooth that down so I don't have to burn myself. There we go, something like that. Alright, let's get some regular super glue that's soft. And let's reinforce his legs. And anywhere they're touching the rock, we can just kind of glue those in place too. Okay. And we want to get his tail glued down where that's going to sit. A little glue on his tail too, why not? So what I'm doing is I'm just squirting some out where I need it, and then I'm dragging it around, okay? That's how I'm doing that. Alright. Yeah, we do go through a lot of super glue on this channel. Alright, so this is our Behir. And I think he's going to look sick once we paint him up, hopefully. Or he'll look dumb. One of the two. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. My name's Doom. This is Dungeons and Doom Biscuit YouTube. I am one half of the team that powers Dungeonswag.com. We are a miniature website. We sell high detail, high durability, semi-flexible resin miniatures. We have a monthly loot crate we do. It's pretty awesome. You get 6, 7, or 8 of whatever unit we're doing for the month. Hobgoblins, barbarians, whatever. Mostly it's to populate enemies on your table. And once a month we do a hero box. Or once a year we do a hero box. It works in October, obviously, because it's October. But it's a cool website. We sell some one-off minis on top of having the loot crate for ones that are kind of too big or would take up too much resin to put in a fair price in the box, because we want the box to be as cheap as humanly possible. So there are some one-offs on there. If you want to try them out just for now, there's a discount code for 25% off your first month in my link in the description. Also in the link in the description is our Discord page, where if you just want to try them out and not buy anything, but you'd like to try one of our minis, there's a discount code down there. It'll give you a free mini. Shipping is on us. The mini's on us. You just get it in the mail. And the only thing that we ask is that once you get it done, if you'd post it on our Discord so we can see it. That's something nobody seems to want to do, but we really want to see what people are doing with our minis, because we love them. We pick them based off of what we would like to have on our table. That's the artist we work with is phenomenal. We love his work, and we want to share it with you. So check that out. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in part 2 after I get this guy primed and base coated.